Hi, welcome to episode 254. We're tired. It's early. Tiff is right now doing her nails. It's bright and early Thursday morning, and we're here for you because that's what we do. And I don't know what the title will be because we don't know what the title is until
moderation is a mood.
Immoderate is the way to be.
Immoderate.
Yeah. Today we just, we're just going to have a little chat. Here we are standing at the beginning of almost summer 2026. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So last week I did a solo episode. It was so depressing. It always feels so different than when Tiff and I sit here together. Like, it's really early Thursday morning. We're sitting in Tiff's office, which is in the top level of our home, looking out over the mountains. The sun's just barely starting to come up over the mountain. And we're having a podcast episode recording, and I'm so happy about it. And I've also been thinking about how, Tiff, I think you're here to say every single thing that no one is willing to say, but everybody feels.
That's true.
In one way or another, or maybe they aren't quite aware that they feel it.
That's true, too.
Until they read something that you write, and it's like, yeah, that.
Well, I've had a lot of people say, thank you for finally putting into words something I've been feeling for a long time.
How do you decide what to write?
It just comes in as a download from the blue.
So what? You're laying in bed and all of a sudden, bam,
yes,
hits you in the head?
Exactly. Like what we're going to talk about today, about moderation being like a construct of the stupid. And that came in from the blue while I was laying in bed like 3 days ago. And I'm like, what?
Okay, could you give us a little more information about how it feels when you get it download? Like,
I get really quiet. I lay in bed and I kind of space off.
And you're not trying to get it down?
I'm just like waking up, laying there. I get really quiet, and then my eyes look off to like, let's see, I'm gonna just replay it in my head. Laying in bed. And then I look to the right. And then I start downloading. It just, all this information. It's like the blue starts talking to me. And it comes in at rapid speed. I have all these realizations as they're talking. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to write an article right now.
Yep, I've watched you do it.
You have?
Your eyes veering off over to the right. Sometimes that's when we're in the middle of a conversation. And I have lived with this for a very long time. And now I just know, typically you're in another realm or something.
Gosh, isn't that weird?
It's amazing.
It's super weird. Because I remember our son, years ago, for probably 15 years ago, he would say, Mom, and I'm like, not hearing him. And he has to say it like 5 times, and then it's like I snap back. And it wasn't until then he goes, I have to do this all the time because you don't hear me the first few times. And then I asked one of our other kids, and it's like, yep, that's Mom. And I was just like, oh. So I'm just always like hearing and seeing things. And then I asked you about it, and you said, oh, yeah, you do it constantly.
All the time.
And I think when we were younger, when I was young, I went to the doctor and they checked me for
seizures.
Seizures. And I didn't have seizures. And they're just like, oh, you must have ADHD or something. And I'm like, well, that would make sense. But like,
I was told the other day, because I was talking about drinking coffee late in the day and that it never keeps me awake or anything. And somebody said, I think you've said this too, that it's
ADHD.
Yeah, but I sure don't feel like I have ADHD.
I don't think so.
I can really just
living with
focus on one
someone,
thing.
and all of our kids have it. You can get a lot done. Like
I feel super focused. I don't feel distracted.
You are focused on everything that you do. I don't feel like you're distracted unless I'm talking to you.
I can think, nice. That was super cute. I like that. I think maybe what this should be about is just expose as much as we possibly can.
Oh, I have so much to say.
You could say, and I could say so much. Like there's plenty to say here.
I know, but the thing is I don't care.
I know. I would sit over here with my face beet red because I tend to get beet red and my, what is that called? Blushing. Oh my God, I can't believe I couldn't remember the word. I tried to block it out. I've been a blusher most of my life, which of course it means you feel embarrassed. So great, Jack, you're a mindset coach. Maybe you should clean up your shame.
I've never seen you blush.
I don't blush as much, but I blush. I had the biggest blushing problem in the world in elementary school.
Did anyone say you're blushing?
Everybody would always talk about it.
About how you blush?
Yeah, and then it makes you blush worse. It's terrible.
Oh, honey, that's sad.
You don't blush. Like I literally don't think you've ever blushed in your goddamn life.
I don't think so.
What is wrong with you?
A lot. If we're being honest.
Wow. Yeah, so, life has been interesting. And one of the things we've had, Tiff just wrote, she writes, all, like we said, she has downloads. And she wrote a post about moderation and being immoderate. Moderation. Did you say moderation is a mood? Is that the name of it?
That's the song I wrote a while ago.
Oh, yeah. We're going to release that pretty quick. So
the article that I wrote is called The Immoderate Woman's Guide to Uncontrollable Living.
God, and when we started talking about that, when that download dropped in, we started having a conversation around moderation. Tiff and I grew up in a religion that absolutely pushed moderation down your throat as the way to be close to God, right?
Yeah, because there were two phrases that really stuck out to me is that the natural man is an enemy to God. That phrase is real.
That will fuck a person up.
So can I just talk about the phrase for a second? First of all, the natural man, and it's supposed to be man represents woman and man, which is really bugging me these days, especially in the scriptures. It's all about man. Man means humanity. And I'm like,
maybe we could just say human.
Or maybe we could not say that at all. But it's like the natural way of being is an enemy to God. And I always grappled with this because what they're really saying is you are born flawed and the way you are is naturally going to go against God, which is absolutely a lie.
Oh my God.
It is a lie. And I bought into that. So I always was looking for answers outside of myself to moderate myself. And then the next phrase that really stuck out to me in my religious upbringing, the natural man is an enemy to God. And then moderation in all things, which says to you right there that you'll want more than you should have.
Oh my God.
So just don't take as much, use as much, moderate yourself.
Hey, I think we need to talk about how this impacted us directly as people being raised with this being our mantra for life. And like, holy shit, I even felt bad about laughing too loud.
I know you did. But that
because loud laughter was another thing against God, or it's so messed up. And I felt like anything that I wanted, I literally learned how to disconnect from my desires.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't want to be bad. I wanted to be good.
You were the most moderate person I've ever met.
That's disgusting. I hate, but I was so extreme in my moderation. Was I really moderate? No.
Yeah, on the other side, you weren't. You were extreme.
I was extremely moderate.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was going to be the most perfectly moderate person that ever lived.
And wow, I came into your life and blew that out of the water.
Boy. The biggest issue is that it really dumbs down your natural proclivity towards something, right? So when we feel like we have to be careful, because if we let ourselves want what we want, that we're going against God, that we will lose our place with God because we are an enemy. The natural man, woman, man, human is an enemy to God.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with this?
Well, the whole premise is that you come here flawed, and your job is to prove to yourself that you will be obedient by moderating yourself continually under the rules that have been given by men, literally men, not man, men in a specific religion. These are the rules, and you live by these rules, and you'll make it back to Heavenly Father. And listen, this is not a religious podcast, but we're talking about our experience. And the thing that I've noticed about people is they're always trying to, I guess the word's moderate, to moderate how it is that they're so disconnected from their true desires and wants because they're so busy trying to do it right or doing what other people want. And this is disconnecting people, especially highly gifted people that feel everything so deeply. And
yeah, I think that's the root problem.
Oh, yeah.
Is that it makes you doubt yourself. It makes you doubt your own natural desire.
Well, you don't even know what it is, really. And because when I got in a relationship with you, I could not believe how you lived your life. I was just like, talk about someone that looked perfect and that you didn't eat too much. You didn't drink. You didn't have coffee. You got up at a specific
smoke.
time.
I didn't drink. I went to every meeting. I went to church exactly the way I was supposed to. I said yes to we would be given callings, which simply means we need you to do this work here, work with the younger kids, work with the women, work with the men, things like that. And I would say yes to every calling because I thought that I had to, because I thought that they knew better than I did. I thought that the man in charge, because that's what we were taught, you have to say yes. You have to listen to them tell you what to do so that you do it right. And that's literally how I lived my life. And I attended the temple and I did everything. And I was a shell of myself in the way of shut down, going through the motions, feeling so performative. Everything I did was for how it looked. It was a really sad way to live. And now living my life here, and I can actually compare the two lives. And now I live very in touch with what do I want, what feels true to me. I have, triggers and things come up and I just look at it, feel it, recognize it, do the work with it, break the patterns, identify the vows, blah, 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 blah. But in the meantime, all of that is allowing me to be more clear about what feels aligned for me. And one of the things I learned by living, the natural man is an enemy to God and feeling like it's not safe or okay for me to have what I want. And I was so disconnected from it that if somebody was sick or I needed to do something, I'm going to make them a casserole and take a casserole over. And it was all through performance. It was because I felt like I had to. It was because I felt like I should. And think about the difference, like energetically really think about if you have a good friend and they're going through something and you just feel like you want to do something for them that would really make things better, and you put together a meal or you do something because it feels aligned to you to do it. Think about the energy difference versus somebody that's like, well, I have to do this. Here's your casserole that I know I have to do for you. The energy is night and day, and energy never lies. And if we're doing things solely because we think we should, it lacks your soul's true essence in it.
Yep. And we could just close with that. And
amen.
Enough. I wrote this article and I was talking about living free and how at this point I've realized that moderation was a way to keep especially women contained.
Oh, God.
I mean, this is a really big topic right now because the world's changing drastically. Women are so tired of being what do you call it? Controlled.
You could call it that, yes.
Yes. And so they're like, we're going to do it the way we want to do it. And I am definitely one of those women. If someone tells me what to do, I don't do what people say. Like, I listen to my intuition, and I am a very abundant person. So whether it's food or love or laughter or sass, I have an overabundance of it. And I was always trying to be more moderate, more modest.
Were you really trying?
I try, babe. We have this discussion all the time.
You blew me out of the water with how immoderate you actually were.
I could never be moderate, but I tried to be, is what I'm trying to say. And you just never get it.
Because you're so powerfully free.
Well, I'm more free now than I've ever been.
Yeah. You were able to hold your own, even with, so not completely, but a large degree, even with the structure the church was trying to place on you. Yes, but you wouldn't go to church if you didn't feel like it. You wouldn't go to tithing settlement every year. You wouldn't do all those things if you didn't want to. You wouldn't go to stake conference. That's the bigger.
Well,
church
okay,
meeting.
that's really true. But the guilt that I felt because I wasn't doing
You
it
did feel
right?
guilty?
Absolutely.
Oh, God. Okay. All right, then.
And so I would be like, I just need to get there and just, do this. I had such anxiety at church. Do you know, every time I would sit down, I would have to get up during the main church meeting, and I'd have to go to the bathroom. I would just get up and go to the bathroom like 4 or 5 times because of the anxiety. And I sit on the front pulpit. Okay, the front row.
Why would you sit on?
Because I couldn't focus in the back.
Oh, God.
And my husband at the time.
You'd walk the length.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes. I'm sure. I am sure. People were like, here comes Sister Rose.
The fact
leaving sacrament meeting again, like she can't sit down for 2 seconds. Then I'd get the callings of like, we need you to teach in the primary. And I'm like, no.
Nope. Primary is the kids, teaching the kids.
And then the next calling was, now we need you. The Lord's called you to
be a den leader.
Like work in scouts. And I'm like, absolutely not. Then they're like,
this is what I'm talking about.
Yes. And then I would be like,
But did you feel guilty about that?
I didn't feel guilty about that.
That's good.
Because I'm like, God would never ask me to teach in scouts because God knows the truth of me. And I would lose my ever loving mind trying to teach kids how to do knots. So, yeah. But you're always like, have you really? Were you really? And
I mean, anyone that would get up and walk out of the meeting 4 times is marching to the beat of their own goddamn
here
drum.
is the truth. Is that one thing I've never really cared about is what people think about me.
This is what I'm talking about.
That's the one thing.
That's the root thing.
I didn't think about that people were thinking about me when I was walking out. It didn't even occur to me someone would give a shit.
This is what I'm talking about right here. It is so... You were so fringy.
And everybody cares about what people think.
It's devastating. It's devastating. And that is a true story. I would say most people do live with a large degree of concern about what other people think.
I just never have.
I know.
I don't know what it is.
I know that's true about you. That's why you don't blush. Oh, wow. What a road. What a road. And we're talking about moderation and how we are told or taught, like there's these unspoken and spoken rules of society.
Right.
That this is what you should do or should not do. And the biggest issue here is that it disconnects us from our true self.
Right.
Because we are trying to fit in a box created by someone else. And when we do that, we find ourselves resenting the shit out of the people that we're trying to conform ourselves to match. It's a very flawed premise.
Yeah, who makes the rules?
That's the question.
Who makes the rules, and why are we not making our own rules?
Who says what moderation is?
Yeah, and who defines it?
Who does? What is moderate?
seriously.
Mm-hmm.
It's all relative.
It is.
But I would like to read a message I got from a religious man to me about my post.
Oh, yeah, baby. Are you going to say his name?
No,
Oh, God.
because I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Oh, okay. All right. You're so nice, aren't you?
Well, I don't know how nice I am. I did give him a classic Mama Tiff smackdown.
Okay, so this is the article you wrote about moderation.
Mm-hmm. In moderation. Yeah.
The Immoderate Woman's Guide.
Yes. And I put an AI picture of myself sitting at a table eating cake.
With her big
with my
boobs
jewelry and like, yeah, just trying to get the point across that I think the picture captures how I live my life.
I love it. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Which I have a story. Once you do that, I have a story I have to tell that paints the picture of you and how you've lived very rich in your desires.
Okay.
And it's about vacation.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this is what I want to point out because this is what everybody has to deal with. This is the extreme case with me and this post. But here's what happens is that oftentimes when we take a look at what it is that we want to do, people will come at us and say, you shouldn't be doing that. You need to do it this way. And so I wrote the post and here's this religious man. And this is what, and also just a side note, this is also patriarchy, okay? This is patriarchy towards women. And on all of my posts, I will usually get a few men that will come and try and put me right back in my place where they think I should be. And boy, is that a mistake, because when I respond back to them, they either remove their comment or they never respond back because they have no clue what to fucking say.
I love that about you.
And I am not going to read my response to this because I don't need to, but I'd like you to.
That's the best part, is your response.
Okay. So here's this guy. He said, this is said without judgment to Mama Tiff, but cautioning you. Okay. But caution, if you are willing to exclude God from this philosophy, then I see how it might work for you for a while. Even if it works for you for extended periods of time, you only live for so long, and then what? Let's say there is a God and there is an eternal existence at the end of this mortal life. Will it be worth it to trade, to feed your mortal appetites without reservation for the very purpose you came to this existence for? I guess everyone comes to the realization at the end of their time here in mortality. Agency, to use it without reservation. Listen to this. To use it without reservation introduces a kind of accountability void of that free and easy feeling. Okay, yeah. What will you be willing to trade? I've been there. There's nothing worth the trade for what waits for me in the eternal realm. Not even to possess the whole planet and everything in it is what he's saying. It's not worth it. Even if you had everything on the earth, it's not worth trading your salvation or whatever. For when I leave this short existence, I can't possess even a grain of sand on my departure. Food for thought.
Oh, shut up.
I just was like, first of all, why are you talking to me? Did I ask you for your advice on my living? And maybe we should, right? I'll have you read it, what I wrote back to him.
Okay, this was Tiff's response. Listen up, sweetheart. I don't need your condescending caution or your thinly veiled spiritual threats. My relationship with the divine is none of your goddamn business. But since you're so concerned for my eternal soul, let me clarify a few things for you. I am divine. My body, my desires, my mortal appetites are not some sinful distraction from my purpose. They are my purpose. They are the very expression of the goddess. Oh, let me go back up here. Just jump down. Of the goddess that lives and breathes and dances within me. I didn't come to this life to cower in fear of some vengeful sky daddy waiting to punish me for daring to live. I came to expand, to experience, to savor every delicious drop of this existence in all its immoderate, uncontrollable glory. And if there is an eternal realm beyond this one, you can bet your sanctimonious ass I'll be strutting into it with my head held high, my laughter ringing out, and my soul drenched in the juices of a life fully fucking lived, because that is true salvation, honey. That is the purpose your stunted theology could never begin to comprehend. So you can keep your fear, your judgment, your sad little food for thought. I'll be over here feasting on the banquet of my own divine becoming. But hey, if you ever get tired of trading your soul for the approval of a petty tyrant god, you know where to find me. I'll be the one dancing naked in the flames of my own unquenchable desire. Consider that your caution, darling. XOXO, Mama Tiff. Right? Bam! Oh, this was a hard-won freedom that you and I live in, and we got here. We got here because we burned down the goddamn boxes that other people built around us, and we have been choosing for ourselves what feels aligned, and nothing that I do has me feeling closer to God than that. Living my true design. Why would God design me in a fucked up way that I need to be afraid of? Why would that happen? Why would God say, okay, you're of me, but you're going to go to earth, and don't you dare think about what you want. You have to just do whatever the men in higher positions tell you to do in the church that you belong to, the one and only true.
Or other organizations or other structures.
Cultures, or is right.
We really are here to come to the truth of ourselves, to listen to our own intuition, and to find out what our true desires are, and to live in those things, and to trust the fact that you will know what amount is best for you. And listen, let's just talk about science. Say you're eating a piece of cake. You can't eat cake continuously because you'd feel sick. Your body will stop you. The only reason you overindulge in something is because you think you shouldn't be doing it, or you feel like you're never going to get it again. So you overdo it.
Exactly.
But even then, you can't continue to go, or you would die of cake overload. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, you can trust yourself and your body's signs and signals.
Yes. But it's tricky when you've learned to stop trusting yourself, going in and starting to trust yourself, your intuition, because the title of this article, I'm just going to read it again because I didn't finish the whole title. The Moderate Woman's Guide to Uncontrollable Living, Why Trusting Yourself is the Key to Liberation.
And it's immoderate, not moderate.
Oh, sorry.
That's like the key word of the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think right now for the rest of the podcast, I think we should share the things that we do that bring us joy and pleasure in life. And we don't sit and go, okay, you absolutely shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. I've been living my way into this, and I'll tell the vacation story now.
Oh, right.
And then we'll go into that. So one of the things about you, Tiff, that was very surprising and liberating to me, and also very triggering, was that we were getting ready to go away for the weekend, and we're packing stuff up and getting ready to leave. And Tiff sees me packing my work bag and my computer, and she goes, Are you bringing your computer for our weekend away? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, you know, if you're resting or something, I'll just get a little bit of work done. And she very calmly said that I'm not going. I'm like, shell-shocked, standing there, what? And she was standing up on the second level, so she was looking down from above. And she just really calmly, then I'm not going. Because I'm not going so that this is a work vacation. You work all week long. And I literally had a new thought. And it was the same feeling I got when you came walking into my life, and our lives collided in the most beautiful way.
They did collide.
They collided. And I started understanding that, I can take a nap in the day. And that doesn't mean I'm lazy. oh, when I've been running to make sure everyone around me has everything they need, it's okay for me to think about what I need? What? Yeah, that's what moderation in all things creates. Is that kind of thinking where you have to always be working, you have to always be busy, you have to do what's right, you have to show up the right way, you have to say yes to all the right things, you have to wear the right clothes, you have to wake up at the right time, you have to go to bed at the right time, you have to eat the right things, you have to not overeat on the wrong things, you have to do all the fucking things. And that's the way I lived my goddamn life. And I am fucking done. And if this were the only life, if this is the whole thing, then I am going to go out in a blazing trail of fire, living true to what feels true to me. I'm going to have sex. I'm going to drink tequila. I'm going to smoke cigars. I'm going to have experiences of absolute overindulgence of food so that I can feel sick on it and go, oh, wow, that didn't feel so good. That was interesting. Like, seriously. And the reason I am so adamant when we talk about this, that you were always standing in the fringe of not being willing to conform. And like you said, you didn't even see a context to conform within. Yes, you carried some of the guilt about, the religious programming and what you thought you should do, but largely you lived free of that. And like, even with vacation, and you're like, why would someone go on vacation if you're not going to totally let go and enjoy something different than what you have every day at home?
Yeah, I really could talk on this for 2 weeks solid, because the thing that I have run into in my life is, I would say more times than not, I encounter people I would really love to connect with that cannot let go of control.
Yep.
Can't really be themselves and have a true conversation because they're so afraid that they will look a certain way because they must moderate themselves. And I really struggle with this. I'm just going to be honest and say it. I really struggle because I just want to know a person. I don't want to know a person's performance. I don't want to know it because it's not real. It's not the true thing. And people are so incredible. People are so beautiful and diverse, and I just love it. And most people are performing, even at a party. I think this is why alcohol at a party is so awesome, because then people could just kind of let loose. Because we are so serious about appearing to be a certain way so that we're acceptable. And I'm like, what? Just tell me who you really are. Just show me who you really are. And oftentimes I can't connect with people. It makes me super sad. I leave places often and feel kind of empty because I'm like, wow, I can feel the truth of this person, but they don't even know who they are, and I can't even really have a conversation. It just depresses me so damn bad. I mean, if I'm being honest. I do have some people in my life I just love so much, and they're real with me. Because I don't think you can build a relationship with someone that's constantly trying to moderate everything about themselves.
There is no way to build a relationship.
I don't even know how we stayed together because you were so this way.
It's because we are to be together. It's just how it is. The tractor beam is real. It just would not let go. Yeah, I was on a crash course for.
I think I destroyed your
living.
I destroyed your life.
The facade of being good. Destroyed the facade of being good.
I just saw how tired you were. I'm like, why don't you just take a nap?
I was so tired.
I know, and then you'd take a nap.
I was so tired.
Then I'd lay down with you and take a nap with you.
I'm like, what are you doing? Two ladies what? What? Oh, what a road these 2 decades have been. And within it, for me.
2 ladies. Babe, that is so hilarious.
Before I transitioned, yeah. That's really.
I know, but you didn't even realize that when girls get together, a lot of times they'll just snuggle or lay down on the same bed and can fall asleep because that's normal girl stuff. Yeah. And that's all I was thinking about. And you're like, what is wrong with you?
I wasn't a normal girl.
I know, because you were a boy, you nerd.
Oh boy, that was a crash course of authentic.
I think you did brave. I think you were brave to be with me.
I was brave to challenge the norms that I thought were the normal, the routine, the right, the good. And thank God for you creating bag work, our process that clears limiting beliefs so that you can actually think bigger for yourself and be more aligned with your soul's truth rather than the boxes and the constructs that you've been taught are best for you. Who the fuck has the right to tell you what's best for you? No one. Not anyone.
That's a really powerfully true thing that you
one.
just said.
No one knows better than you what's right for you. No one. Not your parent, not your spouse, not your best friend. No.
But if you don't know that, you will outsource your everything.
Agency to everyone and everything around you so that you can look right. Fuck that.
Yeah. Ooh. That's like a heavy dose of
Tiff and Jack.
Seriously. I am grateful that I can live my life my way. And it doesn't have to be like anyone else's way, and trying to compare ourselves to this and that. It doesn't help us. It's like, what resonates with you?
Do that.
Yeah.
And then once you do that and you have an experience with it and it feels amazing, do more of that. If it feels terrible, do less of that. And it's all about you and your experience, giving you the information that tells you the next step for you. And it will look different than everyone else.
Okay, can I just talk about something kind of funny?
You can talk about anything you want. This is your podcast. Yes, you can. Do it.
Thank you. Thank you for your permission.
Well, you asked.
That's true.
I told you.
I did. Okay. So there's this belief out in the world. And I was just talking to my girlfriend about this last night because she and I have set up a life where we're not constantly busy because we don't want to be busy. We want to have plenty of free time during the day to do what it is that comes in with the flow. Okay. And most people that I talk to, I'm like, how are you? I am so busy. And you can feel it's a badge.
Yeah, it was a badge I wore for a very long time.
And maybe you can explain this.
It's tied to your worth. As a value as a person is on how busy you are and how hard you work and how much you get done in a day.
I'm telling you, I would die and listen, with what I get done in a day, I think I get a lot of stuff done in a day, but not stuff that people would typically see me doing. And I don't know, have you ever heard out of my mouth, I am so busy?
Not one time in 20 years. Not one time. Never. And you've had plenty of really busy times. Plenty.
Yeah. When
you're prepping for this or that, or you're creating a course or, whatever you're doing, but it's never like busy. It's never, oh, I'm so busy. Oh, it's such a busy day. Oh, I am so tired. Oh, never, ever, never.
So
I don't even know who you are.
I feel like if someone is constantly busy, they don't have time for the joy of life.
I agree.
And I would love to see people not so busy. You've gotten a little less busy. You are someone that has a lot of energy and a lot of purpose drive, which I respect deeply because it makes my life so good and it brings you fulfillment. And you do take your downtime, which before I think was a little tricky.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. And I would say now, I've adjusted my schedule so that I get off earlier in the evening. And I am limiting the amount of hours of coaching I do in a day so that I feel better.
Yeah.
I'm really paying attention to what feels good to me.
Yeah.
And I think that very thing for any one of us is a work in progress through the rest of our life, the end of our life. Because we don't know until we experience something for ourselves, not because someone said, oh, you should do this or that. But when you really feel into like, oh, wow, this is what, like, I'm really tired. I'm really feeling overloaded. And what can I do different for myself that would feel better?
Yeah. And also, I think there's a big tie to looking lazy.
Oh, babe, in the mindset work I do with clients, lazy is one of the worst. Selfish and lazy are the two things that people shy away from. They do not want to be selfish. They do not want to be lazy.
And they don't want to be perceived lazy.
Because that's all it is. And the problem is when you start marching to the beat of your own drum, you will be labeled selfish.
And lazy.
And lazy.
I think that some people would think that I'm selfish and lazy.
Yeah. Well,
and I don't
go
care.
ahead. Label me all day long. Yeah. I can't even.
Oh, I get called a princess.
You're like, great.
I'm like, of course.
Okay. And
I designed my life this way. I need a Jack that will shower me and worship me. And I'm like, you do, because it's pretty awesome. People are like, you're so lucky. I'm like, luck has nothing to do with this. I have designed a life for myself. It was important to me that I was married to a man that would worship the ground I walked on. And I have that.
That's what you get.
I mean, did you get what you wanted?
Oh, I've got what I want. This is so good. This is so good.
Glad you got what you wanted, because I did.
But thank God, like, we're both here because it feels right to us.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You get to design life your way.
Yeah.
And if you are trying to moderate yourself to a secret set of rules that somebody gave you, you are going to feel empty because you're not living your truth.
Right.
That's the skinny of the whole podcast today.
It is. And our new tag goes perfectly with it.
What is it again?
It's eat dessert first, because why the fuck not?
Okay, say it again. Let's practice.
Okay, here we go. Eat dessert first.
Because why the fuck not?
So maybe that's your challenge for this week. Like, eat some dessert first. Get up and have a piece of cake. Oh my God.
Think of that. A piece of cake.
Crazy, isn't it?
Delicious.
Tiff, thanks for recording the podcast today with me.
Well, it's time for me to go back to bed for my second sleep and get my moo-moo off. My velour moo-moo that I inherited from my mother because my grandmother sewed it and I couldn't let it go.
And you're like, I love and hate this.
Do you remember the conversation about this moo-moo?
I do.
And I was getting ready to send it to DI.
You put it in the bag.
I did.
And you pulled it back out.
And I said, I don't think I'm ever going to use this, but my grandma made it. She sewed it for my mother. My mother never wore it, but it was always hanging in her closet, and I wear it all the time. I'm so glad I have it. And velour will last forever.
And it's like the best memory I will always hold of this velour moo-moo. It's like, what color? Emerald greeny blue?
Yeah.
I'm a little colorblind, so blue and green.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was Tiff out on the front lawn, in the yard, in her moo-moo, like dragging behind her in the grass. And you're a tall woman, and the moo-moo's taller than you. And she's like the queen, walking.
Was I wearing it outside?
Yes, in the front yard, walking across the grass with the moo-moo trailing just a bit behind. I'm like, if that isn't a woman living her own truth, I don't know what is.
When did I do that?
That's a little bit ago.
Did you just drive it home?
Whoa. I was in the kitchen and I look out and you're literally outside in the moo-moo. I'm like, whoa. Okay, then.
It does look pretty regal.
It's queenly. Yeah, it does. It does. It looks like velvet, but it's great velour. Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to give everyone a velour show.
That's right, baby. All right. Thank you for joining us here on the podcast today. Thank you. Share us. We'd love that.
Yeah, thanks.